Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to Goodwill. Here we go. We're back at the glass. We're gonna check everything out here first, right off the bat. Looks like things are kind of changing at this Goodwill. They're kind of moving some of the stuff out of there. It's been kind of the same stuff, and you know that tends to happen. You know, I come here. This Goodwill I tend to hit about once a week. Yeah, it has been, you know, this is one on my route when I go to hit different Goodwills, but there's other Goodwills that I will hit more often just because I find more stuff there to resell. And this one just really hasn't had anything great lately, so I'm definitely gonna, but I'm still gonna get out there because you never know. You never know what you're gonna find. All of a sudden, there could be like a big score, either in one item with a lot of profit, or in a bunch of items that are profitable that you can put up in your eBay store. So we're gonna start searching the shelves here. Not gonna go through the purses first because my purses are overwhelming. My purses, handbags, it's getting everything's spilling over. So I really don't need to pick up any purses, but I will not leave profit on the shelves if I can help it. And if you guys can help me by seeing if you guys see anything out there, that I might be passing up, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys see through these videos. Sometimes I don't see everything when I'm actually there. A lot of times I'll catch stuff, as I'm rewatching these. I definitely appreciate any thumbs up on the video, any comments. Let me know if you guys, do your Goodwills look like this? Do you? Because I know some places, some other Goodwills I've been to in surrounding cities where I live, they aren't really that great. And like we took a drive one time going up towards San Francisco, and we hit some Goodwills on the way, and personally, I don't know how, based on just what I saw, but I mean, I can't say for certain because it was just one day. But that one day we hit several Goodwills going up towards San Francisco, and there was nothing there. So let me know what your guys' Goodwills look like. Do you think this Goodwill is great? Do you guys have better Goodwills around you? It's a Nintendo Wii. It's just the system. I've sold the Wii U actually comes with like a gamepad with a screen on it, and that does really well, even as for parts. So, but the price, was a little bit high on that one, and I wasn't gonna, dabble in that. And, I'd probably only be able to sell it for parts. I don't have any cords or anything for a Wii U to try to test that out. And for parts, probably anywhere between $10 to $20, maybe $25 on the high end. So, like I said, I grabbed the Beanie right off the bat. We're not going to pick up too much here, and that's okay. As a matter of fact, we are going to pick up a few things, but they're going to be more for personal use, like this Beanie. My daughter loves those cup of noodles, so and I remember having those cup of noodles. Cup of noodles. Cup of noodles. Back in the day, back in high school, they used to serve those first thing in the morning, especially when it was cold. Everybody had a cup of noodles at my school first thing in the morning. There was no no breakfast burritos, no breakfast plates, nothing like that. It was cup of noodles. That was good, man. Super salty, but good stuff. And there's zero nutrition. I think there was probably no nutrition in those at all, but it's just all flavor. But nonetheless, whether or not we're gonna pick up everything, I can't talk right now, but no matter what, whether we're gonna fill the cart or not fill the cart, we're gonna go up and down these aisles. We're gonna try to find stuff to see what we can flip, what kind of profit we can make. These little cars, not really. They're Johnny Lightning. Those don't really sell too well. You'd have to get them really cheap, like less than $1, like $2 for $1 maybe. because they're not going to go for that much. So I'm going to leave those behind on the shelves, even though they're brand new. A lot of diecast cars, Hot Wheels, just don't really go that. I mean, unless you get the older ones, and some of the special edition ones do well. You have to look them up. Red Lines, of course. You know, if you guys are into Hot Wheels or anything, Red Lines. You know, if you have any old Red Lines, those are good sellers. Any of the modern ones, not really. You have to lot them all together. You have to get them really cheap. And a lot of people, because I tried to buy a Hot Wheel lot a couple months ago. This is a Nike baby little bandana bib with the little baby booties, 0 to 6 months. That's a definite pickup. That's about $15, maybe $20 on that piece right there. That will be for resale. But like I was saying, I was trying to pick up a Hot Wheel lot not too long ago. It was, I think, close to about 500 pieces, the guy said. They were mostly modern ones. There were a few like special edition ones, like some from different movies. But the guy just wanted way too much. He wanted something. I mean, the lowest I think he was willing to go was about 40. I think it was like $4. It came out to like $4 a Hot Wheel, and you just can't pay that for Hot Wheels. I mean, even new in the package, you really just can't pay that for them. My goal was to potentially get them for probably around, like I said, 50-ish cents a Hot Wheel, and I was going to try to do bundles to try to, make the overall, each listing would be a bundle of Hot Wheels, and try to move them that way, so that way I get, a nice good, what do you call it, profit or sale in one sale. Like 5 to 10 Hot Wheels in one pack would be good, but the guy wasn't budging, so I passed on the deal. There's some connects. I was gonna look that up though. I wasn't sure. So we're getting the phone out now. We're gonna start looking some stuff up. And sometimes on the phone, if you guys wanna be a little, incognito when you're looking stuff up there at the Goodwill. I know on Android, I have a Pixel phone, Google Pixel, so it runs Android. And every time you do the barcode scanner, it'll always do a little. So I always like to make sure my volume's a little bit down, so people just aren't hearing that. Bing, bing. Well, I don't mind, and I don't have any problems looking stuff up while I'm in the. Sometimes you'll see me do the voice, the what is it? The voice to type. Beanie Babies, don't do it. Don't ever do it. Sometimes I'll do the voice to type on there. So I got no shame in looking stuff up while I'm at the Goodwill. Because I know some people try to hide it, and they might be newer at the game, but don't worry, you don't have to hide it. A lot of resellers. There's a lot of resellers hitting these thrift stores. A lot of people looking stuff up. Here's these those little like building sets, monthly boxes. Now, some of them are good, some of them aren't. So you really got to look up each one here. And walking robot. Because I know the last one I picked up that was worth it was a printing press one. Make your own printing press. That one was good. This one here is going to turn out not to be good. Moving my chair up a little closer here to the mic. But I will say this wall has been pretty profitable in the past, so I'm definitely going to do my due diligence and scan it with my eyes as much as I can without going cross-eyed. I know I mentioned that before because it does happen. Just looking at something for too long and it's like everything turns into one big blur. You've seen it in my videos. You know how I feel about the metal section. I don't like it. But I'll still walk through and try to find something. And I'll tell you what, I have found something in the metal section before. You know, it doesn't happen often, but it will happen. I will find stuff in the metal. I will find stuff in the pots and pans. You know, all these sections here at the Goodwill, you know, I just over the years, you know, over 2 decades of buying and selling, you just pick up on what has value and what doesn't have value. Usually it starts with the eyes. You'll start with, you know, seeing it and be like, you know, that's kind of interesting. You know, that kind of has a look of something more high-end or well-made. And then you go in, you pick it up, you get the touch, and then it's like, okay, the materials feel very quality, the materials feel well-made. Then you do further investigation. However, back in the day, we didn't have no Google image. We didn't have no, you know, quick eBay lookup app. So the fact that we have all this, oh man, it makes it really easy. And I know I'm saying it's easy, but I've been doing this for over 2 decades. So after you've been doing it over 2 decades, it becomes second nature. So if you're just starting out, if you're just getting going, or if you've been doing it for about, you know, a few months, a year or two, you know, you still may not have, you know, that comfort level with, you know, should I get this? Should I not get this? You know, you look it up, you're looking at the comps and, you know, but you'll get there. Don't worry. Everybody will get there with time. Oh, man. This sign right here. Don't worry. Be happy. Made of cut up license plates. Now, let me tell you what. That takes me right back to my childhood. Because I was in elementary school. And they would make us stand on the dots outside of class before, you know, as we all got there. They're like, all right, everybody line up on the dots, and this song will be playing over the speakers. Don't worry, be happy. And so that song is forever burnt into my brain. And when I saw that sign, I knew immediately that's coming home with me. It's not for resale. That's going to get hung somewhere. But it would be a good resale item. I couldn't find any comps on it, but it's got a few good things going for it. It's got a license plate. It's got an iconic song. And it's a wall hanging. It's home decor. I personally, just based on, you know, my history of reselling things, I would probably put a price tag on that of about $40. Might be more. You know, you could ask for more, open up best offer, but I think it's probably a $40 piece. But just really cool. I mean, I can't leave that behind. You know, I've talked about it before. If you guys remember, I collect stuff from my childhood. You know, sometimes it's obscure, sometimes it's just not. Yeah, it has almost no value from stuff from my childhood, but that's stuff I collect. And right now, that's stuff I collect right now because things can change, and you know, all of a sudden, I don't want to collect that anymore. But right now, that's the stuff I'm looking for, and this song, you know, in license plate, in a wall hanging form, is going home with me. Not for resale. We're checking out the end caps here. Lots of miscellaneous stuff that's kind of worthless in my eyes. Not worth reselling. And that's the way it's going to be, folks. That's the way it's going to be when you're out there, when you're sourcing. Just going to be, you're going to have to, you know, go through so much stuff. It's not necessarily bad stuff. It's not necessarily garbage. It's just not profitable. It's not worth it to sell it. And you're going to have to decide, you know, what kind of profit margin do you want? You know, are you going to operate on low profit margin or high profit margin? Higher profit margin? Are you going to be a more high volume seller? In my opinion, you know, the items I pick up and the hard goods, I can't really be a high volume seller because some of the stuff is kind of weird shapes, you know, and to do high volume, you want a lot of consistency in the items you pick up, in the packaging material, in your processes. You're going to need a lot of consistency if you're going to do high volume, and a lot of redundancy too. So, but again, in my opinion, to me, that's not fun. That's not why I enjoy doing this. Like, if I just want to just churn out, just do a bunch of work and earn money, I can go get a job. I can get I can go back into tech. I could, I could do something else. But the reason why I do this is because it's fun. I enjoy it, and I earn good money doing this. So that's why I do it. I mean, if I didn't earn money on it, I have to earn money somehow. And again, like I think I said this in the previous video, it gives you that, that shopping fix, that's that. I think everybody kind of needs that. We're all consumers. At the end of the day, we're all consumers. We're all out there buying something. It's therapy, retail therapy. That's what it is. Retail therapy. I think I was trying to think of that the other day. This is a Vera Bradley wallet, but it has a patch on it on the front. Did I flash that patch? I don't think I did. But it had a Bass Pro Shop patch. I thought it might have been a collab with Vera Bradley at first. Because I have sold like Vera Bradley Coleman, the Coleman, like Coleman lantern and stuff, Coleman products. They have a collab with Vera Bradley, and that does pretty well if you get it for the right price. But retail therapy, you get your retail therapy, and then turn around and flip it, and then you get your earn money therapy. So we still got to make a living, still got to pay for stuff, still got to get groceries, all that, And I want to enjoy what I'm doing while I'm earning. And it doesn't help. I mean, I say it doesn't help. It actually helps that I'm finding cool stuff that are, like that license plate sign. That probably, I mean, there's a little city over here near San Francisco, and I remember there's a shop there. It's called what's it called? Sausalito. And I remember there's there's a lot of like little touristy places, a lot of little boutiques there, and there was like an art and craft thing. They did a lot of stuff with license plates. However, they would charge like a crazy like San Francisco type price for these things, which was like over $100 for a lot of the little designs and signs they would make. And so if something like this was in Sausalito, they'd probably be asking $150 for that. But here I'm getting it for I think like $6. I think it was $6. So definitely try to enjoy what you're doing. If you guys are getting out there and reselling, if you're just in it just to earn the money, just to do high volume, my recommendation would be to do clothes or shoes. Easy to store. Packaging is, pretty much like bubble mailers or not even bubble mailers. You can just throw a lot of clothing in poly bags. So that would be my recommendation. If you just want, to be your own boss, but you want to earn a lot of money, you don't really care how you're going to do it, but you want to resell, my recommendation would be get into clothing. This here is going to be, what I'm doing is more, I'm going after higher profitable items, selling at a lower volume. So my average sale price on a lot of items, my average sale price, which eBay will tell you what your average sale price is, generally is right around $40, which is pretty good. I mean, well, you sell 10 items, that's like $400 in sales. I routinely sell over 10 items daily, so it's definitely a good job. I would highly recommend it. But there's other expenses and things that come up. You got to think of insurance, Dental stuff. Yeah, you got to think of all that as well. So that could take a chunk out of what you earn. Okay, but enough talking about business, because we are at Goodwill. We're sourcing. We're doing the best part, in my opinion, the best part of the job, and that is the sourcing. Looking for items that I can turn into great profit. It's just I'm not going to find it today. Or I should say, I'm not going to find it here. But I'm not spending that much time here. You know, we're only... I think I only in reality spend about 45 to 50 minutes here. Not even an hour. So... And I can kind of get a sense of, you know, am I going to start finding anything? Should I stay around a little longer? Should I start digging around in the boxes? Should I, you know, dig around the shelves? You know, you will see. You know, I talk about it all the time about something drawing you in, finding something to draw you into there to start searching. And if I don't see it, you know, then I move on. I'm like, all right, I'm not seeing enough to warrant me doing any further investigation. Because there's other Goodwills in my area, there's flea markets in my area, so I'd rather invest my time somewhere else where I am going to find good profitable items. I'm debating whether to get this hat, but it's pretty messed up. And the only reason why I think I'm going to get it, because it's my that's my uncle's last name. And I don't see it that often on things, so it's kind of cool. Check out this hat here. I'm not sure. It looks like a good hat. I don't know. This company... I just actually listed a hat. I still look at hats, even though the hat market isn't very great. But it is something I do like to sell, so I will take a look. But I really, really slowed down buying hats. I'll have a flea market video coming out where I did pick up some hats, but those are more vintage, more unique. And I get them for right around $1. So I got them in a bundle, so it's probably about like $1 or $2 for a hat. But here they're generally about $4 a hat, so it has to be a really good hat for me to pick it up. And I'm finding all these tech companies. There was a Rhombus, there was an AMD. Actually, I listed a Rhombus hat not too long ago. Here's an Intel hat. And for those of you that are into tech or the tech world, Rhombus was a company that early 2000s came out. They came out with some really, really fast computer RAM. The only problem is it was very expensive, and you would really have to, you know, build your whole platform around it. And so they didn't really, you know, catch on with the masses, with consumers, or with business or enterprise level. So they didn't go away though, because their tech ended up being used by a lot of other companies, and it was used without without consent. So they started out suing people. They started suing people, and they actually made quite a bit of money suing people. They kept them in business, and now they're primarily just because they hold a lot of patents in the memory business, computer business. So they make a lot of their money just, you know, licensing out their patents. So they're still around. If you guys are interested in that, I don't know who would be, but some people might. I know I am. I'm getting all these tech. Well, I'm actually not going to buy all the tech hats. I'm gonna look them up. Well, actually, I'm not even going to look them up. I'm going to try them on to see if they fit me. That's the key, because they don't really go for too much. You know, I'm a buyer, but I'm not going to go spend, you know, $10 or $15 on it. But they are cool. They are cool. I am a huge tech guy, a huge, you know, computer builder, everything, you know. Been doing it since the 90s, so it's been my life for a long time, a part of my life for a long time. What else we got here? I know there's not much product here, and that color got weird as I was leaning into this bin. Yeah, we're passing that up. I'm not seeing it. I see at some Goodwills they bring out bins and they're kind of like on, some of them they roll out, they're like on stilts, or some of them roll them out on wire racks with wheels. So that'd be kind of here. We gotta like almost fall into it to see the stuff. I'm gonna check out this bamboo board thing. I think it's like a little, like almost like a tablet writer. You plug it into your computer and you can write on it. I think it's a maybe like a e-ink thing. But e-ink displays or tablet stuff like the Kindle readers, those do pretty well. If you can find them and get them at a good price. There you go. I'm gonna try on these hats here. Yeah, I like that one. I like the way that one fit. I have a bit of a big head, so some of these smaller hats, and I'm already anticipating the AMD and the Rambus hat are not going to be. I know they're not going to fit me right, so I just rip the adjusting part off, or rip it apart and try it on. I know they're not going to fit. I'm going to end up with the Intel hat, and that's going to be about it. I'm just going to comp out this little bib and booty thing. I was trying to get the barcode. Sometimes the barcode just doesn't work. That maybe that category doesn't require the barcode, or I don't know. Some barcodes work, some don't. But that is going to be worth about $15 to $20, so that'll help pay for the stuff that I'm going to buy for myself. But let's get into the recap, guys. Okay, everybody, welcome to the recap here. And so, got a few things here at the Goodwill, but as the way things go in life, this will probably end up with me. It's okay to shop for yourself sometimes. Sometimes you're going to find items, really cool items, that maybe, I've said it before, that remind you of a memory, like for me, it's my childhood. Hopefully it's a happy memory, and something you can look at, and it'll take you back to that time. So, and that's kind of what we got here. I got one item to resell, basically. First of all, look at these. Some Vans. Disney. I think these were only at Disneyland. I'm not 100% sure, but when I was looking up, it looks like these were sold only at Disney. But they're pretty cool. I mean, look at those. It has all the major characters. It's kind of funny because it has Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and then Winnie the Pooh. I would think maybe like Pluto, or Winnie the Pooh's in there. It's the other character that's in there. And it just so happens to be my size 11 in men's. So kind of cool. I typically don't buy, like white shoes, but they're Vans, slip-ons. They're Disney. Our family's a huge Disney fan, so these are staying here with me. And then practically almost, maybe they wore them like once or twice. Maybe they bought them. I'm going to have to do some more research, but I think these were only at the park. Now, based on comps, if you were to sell these, first of all, you wouldn't be paying the $32 that I paid for these. Better price than if you were to buy them at Disneyland or even at Van Store. But $30 is way too much to pay for these if you're going to resell them, because they resell for $50 to $60. There were some new at that $60 price point, so your profit margin is going to be pretty low on these. Used, I probably lean more towards $50. So your profit margin, it may still be in that $15 mark, but to have $32 invested in an item and only get back $15 for something that's not brand new is not really where I would want to be at. But you guys might want to be at that price point. You guys might have more luck selling these, but pretty cool shoes. We're keeping them. Now,
The other thing here, which is cool to me, I don't know if a lot of other people might find it cool. And again, it is white too. Kind of, you know, that old saying, don't wear white after Labor Day. And I'm buying a bunch of white stuff here. But this is an Intel branded. So Intel, you know, they make CPUs. You see it on a lot of branded on a lot of laptops, computers and stuff. It'll use an Intel processor. It's, you know, one of the bigger CPU companies that are out there. So you know, currently I don't, if anybody is wondering or anybody is curious or anybody's into computers like I am, currently I don't have anything, any Intel platforms at the moment. I take that back. My test bed, which I test a lot of my computer components on, is an Intel one, but it's an older Intel. I just use it for testing. That's pretty much it. Everything else I converted over to AMD, but I still like Intel. I still like Intel products. I've used them in the past, and you know, then I'll switch all my computers back over to Intel at some point. Just right now they're all on AMD at this moment. If anybody's interested in that information. But Intel, pretty cool hat. You saw the other hats there. They didn't fit my head right. I have a big head, so they didn't fit it right. But this one did, and I kind of like it. It's Intel. It's nice and light. Just needs a little. It looks like there was probably a sticker here, and you know, left some residue. So I'll probably have to try to get that cleaned up. But if you were to resell this hat, Intel hats, this actually might be a golfing hat. I think it has a name on the back, Travis Matthew. I think that might be a golfer. I'm not 100% sure, but just based on an Intel hat, should be about $15 for this hat right here. Then what we bought to actually resell was this Nike newborn set here. It should go for $15. We paid $14.19 on it. I was willing to take a little bit less of profit on this item because it is brand new. This will be less than £1. And again, I'm going to say it again. This is easy to store, easy to ship. Ship. S-H-I-P-P. No, wait. S-H-I-P. Ship. Not sure how that came out or how that'll come across in the video, but that is what I meant. So Nike, again, Nike, a well-known brand. You know, Nike's really popular, and this is a, you know, newborn. We call them booties, and it's a what do you call it? A bib, but it's in the shape or in the shape of like a what's it called, like a rag, or I don't know, but Nike, can't go wrong with Nike if you get it for the right price. Then the other thing this is probably for my daughter because she's a huge fan of the ramen noodles, but this beanie, see it there, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's very clean too. I'll throw it through the wash for sure prior to giving it to her or her wearing it, but just a cool brown. Winter is on its way, fall winter is on its way, so if you are going to be selling these, make sure you get them out. Again, another like $10-15 piece. Not crazy. It's $2.69 is what it cost me. So it wouldn't be bad profit on it. And throw us in a poly bag, you're good to go. No break. Nothing. Not to worry about breaking anything or anything like that. Easy. Easy on that. And then you saw the sign. I guess it's all in frame. Yeah, it's all in frame. All right. Don't worry, be happy. Made up of different license plates. They're all cut up. So, and the reason why I bought this, is, and I'm not going to resell it, is because when I was in elementary school, they would have us line up outside, and we would be on the dots outside. We'd line up on the dots every morning. We'd line up on the dots, and I remember there was a smell of cinnamon bread in the morning because that's what they served, like a little cinnamon coffee cake for breakfast. Then we'd all line up on the dots, and over the loudspeaker would be this song, "Don't Worry, Be Happy," would be playing over the loudspeaker every single morning. Unless it was raining, then you went straight to your classroom. But We're in California where it doesn't rain that much, but so this song would constantly be playing every single morning when I went to elementary school. So that is why I bought this, and I'm going to keep it and put it somewhere. Oh, I'll probably put it somewhere upstairs since we'll be filming upstairs soon. But just a cool license plate sign. For resale, I saw some license plate signs, not as big as this one, for as low as $15, a little bit bigger than this. I saw them, as high as $50. There's no exact comps on this one. I think it's probably just a homemade piece, it appears to be. But due to the quote, due to the song as well too, "Don't worry, be happy," and because it's made of license plates, I would guess this would be probably about the $40 range for this guy right here. And, believe it or not, this would be incredibly easy to ship. Store and ship. It'd be incredibly easy because it's slim. You could probably just wrap this in some bubble wrap really quick and get 2 bubble mailers, put one on top of the other. Boom. It's out of here. So really cool item. Definitely going to keep it. But that's it. That's all I got. And one item to resell. The rest is for me, basically. But hey, I saved some money. I got a new hat for what, $4. I got a beanie for my daughter for $2. What, you probably pay like, $19.99 at probably a box lunch to get a hat like this. These shoes. I mean, Vans shoes are. How much are slip-ons? I haven't bought slip-ons in a while. I think they're like around $80 for slip-ons. So, and these are fairly good condition. I mean, very little wear on them. So for $32, it's a pretty good deal. And they're marked Disney. So pretty good deal here overall for yourself. Definitely saved money. And, that whatever money you save, you can roll back into your business. Roll back into more items that you can resell or that you want to resell. So, we're going to go ahead and get into the topic for today. Okay, everybody. So before we get into the topics, first of all, we are upstairs in my storage area now. Got everything up off the floor, which was my death pile, most of my death pile. This stuff up here, this is all stuff that just needs to get filed away. Have a little folding table. Got my chair up here. But as you can see, I mean, you got boxes here. Like these banker boxes. Pretty much goes 1 through 76 right now. And I kind of hit that 76 as far as boxes go. Just hit that wall, and I'm selling as much stuff. What's the right wording? I'm selling as much as, or more than these boxes can hold, I should say. Because now I'm like, I got to fill boxes back up. And so I've kind of stopped at 76, and I've been stopped there for several months now. I haven't had to add any additional boxes to my inventory up here, which is good. Everything's selling, moving. Everything's moving within a year, which is great. Newer stuff is up on top of these shelves I have. I have some newer stuff behind me, new in the box. Especially if it's large, I'll put it, up above somewhere, maybe on the sides of these racks. Purse storage right behind you, and the camera. I got my mugs and stuff. Some glassware goes here. And the purses have kind of been spilling out all over the place. Because storage for those is overflowing. But I'll definitely do a little tour of the area a little bit later in another video. But I want to get into the 2 topics. First, and purses spilling over leads into the first topic. Because the first topic are my top categories for the month that are currently, let's see, where are we at? The top 4. Let's see, here we go. So top 4 categories. Number 1 is clothing, shoes, and accessories. More specifically, women's bags and handbags. So purses. And that should be my top category, because you can see I buy a lot of purses. By the way, it's happy hour, as Johnny Depp says. Isn't every hour happy hour? So I'm glad. I'm glad to see it at the top right now. One of my top performing categories this month. And a lot of purses have been moving out, so that's great. And down below, I'm going to have a link if you guys are interested. I started another channel just shipping, doing 10 items, shipping out 10 items. It's like silent ASMR style. So it'll just show you what I do to ship things out. But just because I don't see a lot of videos on people shipping stuff out. So, yeah, so I'll link it down below. But we are shipping out a lot of purses, which is good. It should be one of our top categories. Then after that are another 3 more categories, which I'm glad to see in my top performing right now. We have 3 toys, specifically action figures, Lego minifigures, and Lego sets. So, and I've spoke about Legos before, and I told you guys how I hold Legos as kind of like a savings, because Legos historically have held their value and they've gone up. Yes, there have been declines in certain Lego sets, certain Lego figures. There is, some of them are worth more of a premium. Some of them definitely hold their value. Some of them do lose their value. But for the most part, Lego will hold its value over time. And to be real specific about, which Legos go up, which Legos go down, generally you want the standard, as far as minifigures go, you want the standard minifigure character. Not like the Lego Friends. Those ones don't really perform as well. The Duplos, you want to stick towards the, just that regular, standard-looking Lego minifigure. And to be even more specific, Star Wars related. Those Star Wars minifigures, some of them, like some of the like the Stormtroopers, if they have variations in their armor, can go for a lot of money. So as far as the pieces go, generally the pieces are just the regular old pieces, somewhere around like $10 a pound-ish, right around there. The flat plates are generally pretty desirable for people that are building, they build their own cities, they build their own, custom Star Wars sets and anything like that. So the flat plates are pretty desirable. And then after that, just box sets. Everything that's new in the box is great. And generally, if it's new in the box, no matter what type of set it is, it's gonna have some great value down the road, especially once it's retired. Okay, so toys are doing great, and toys should be doing good because we are getting closer to the end of the year, the holidays. So if you have toys, get those things out, because what number one thing that kids want? Toys. Or electronics too. I can see electronics doing well. Games, if you guys sell games, get those out now. That should be towards the top performing category as we head towards the end of the year. I feel like I talk too fast, or I talk too much. I feel like I'm always running out of breath as I'm talking here. I'm trying to get like all my thoughts out all at once. I just kind of have like, I do like a little outline on my phone, so that way I just kind of stay on topic and hit the points that I want to hit. And then the rest of it, I'm just freestyling it here. But, okay, the next topic is definitely a hot topic right now in the reseller community. I'm in the reseller, so I'm in the reseller community. I'm now making videos to share with you guys. So I'm even more involved in the community. But the big topic right now is NDA. NDA. Should I do quotes? NDA. Non-disclosure agreements. And the reason why it's come up is, first, Kevin Commonwealth Picker. Check out his channel. Great stuff. But he got the opportunity to speak to the senior vice president of U.S. operations at eBay, or North American. I'm not sure. But either way, he got to talk to somebody at eBay, a higher up executive, and discuss the issues that we're currently facing as resellers and on selling on eBay. And then Josh Galt, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. Another YouTuber does a lot of live shows during the week. I watch both of them, so I'm quite familiar with both of them. And he got a initial email from eBay to set up a meeting, and in that was a question regarding signing an NDA. Then there was an article that came out, and the website is e-commerce Bytes, and they wrote an article just recently in response to what is happening with Kevin Commonwealth Picker and Josh Galt. And in the article, they said that eBay is is reaching out to influencers, having them sign NDAs. And so first off, Kevin never said he signed an NDA. So that's out the way. That's not even a point. And then Josh was only asked if he would sign an NDA, but he never did. So the fact that they're making an assumption in this article that they're having them sign NDAs is not it's basically not correct. I mean, Josh's situation, he said he would, but they never actually got to the point where he actually did it or not. So I think the article is more implying that they did, or they, or in order to get your meeting with eBay, you had to sign an NDA. Which it seems like it's not the case, and we're here on YouTube, I'm on YouTube, Kevin's on YouTube, they're all, ultimately what they did, we're just relying on, what they're putting out, and, but I think they're trustworthy. I don't see any reason to doubt them, and I'm someone that really goes according to the facts, and these are the facts we have, so that's what it is. Now, the people that wrote the article, the people that are, I'm assuming, the owners of the website, the people that run the show over there, they do have a history with eBay, and it's not a good history. And yes, eBay employees were at fault. What happened to them? And, they were arrested, and I believe they were tried, and I think a couple of them got convicted of crimes, and I think one of them no, and the CEO may or may not have known, but he made statements which should not be made by anybody. No, you guys can definitely read it for yourself and formulate your own opinions regarding that. But what happened to the people that run this e-commerce Bytes was not right at all. 100% not right. And they e-commerce Bytes, they have every right to go on to what do you call it, criticize or speak out. We all do. We all have freedom of speech. That's what we enjoy in this country. There's a lot of countries that don't, and we gotta have that freedom of speech. Whether we like it or not, whether we like what's coming out of everybody's mouth, that's we all have that freedom. I don't agree with silencing the press or silencing anybody for that matter. Anybody should be able to speak freely without fear of being ridiculed, harassed about it, attacked. No, that is, we all should be able to enjoy that freedom. Now, however, the article they put out recently, and I'll link it in my description if you guys want to take a look at it, is their opinion on what is currently happening with eBay, what they're doing, communicating with influencers. As far as the NDA, I think that is not even was not even to be, didn't even have to be mentioned or brought up, because according to Kevin, he never signed one. He wasn't even asked to sign one. Josh was asked, but never signed one. So it was never done. And as far as NDA goes, non-disclosure agreements, I mean, I work part-time in the medical field, so we have to follow HIPAA. and HIPAA is essentially a non-disclosure agreement. We can't disclose the information that we deal with at the hospital. With anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter whether it's with media. It doesn't matter whether it's with, at home with friends and family, with your kids. It doesn't matter. You can't discuss that information with anybody. Secondly, you can, and a non-disclosure agreement isn't just a business. People go, oh, it's only for business. Well, it's not just for business. When you are talking with a friend or somebody brings you information and they're like, can you please not tell anybody about this one? That's a verbal NDA or a verbal non-disclosure agreement between friends. We just don't call it that because that's legal jargon. That's just legal mumbo jumbo. And who understands all the legal mumbo jumbo, all the legal stuff they put in contracts, right? A lot of it is cover your butt language is what it is. And that's essentially what a non-disclosure agreement is. It's a cover your butt agreement. Not going to curse here, please, on YouTube. So when you reach out to a friend, you're like, please don't tell anybody this. A verbal contracts are just kind of like, who do you believe? Kind of in a court of law, like, who do you believe in a verbal contract, right? So businesses cannot rely on that. They have a lot of IP or intellectual property. I'm doing a lot of air quotes. I don't know why. IP or intellectual property that they have to protect. Because, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I know a lot of people are familiar with espionage, spies, all that. We send people, the United States sends people over to China, Russia, wherever. They send people here. Spying is illegal, 100% illegal. So when we send people over to China, they are technically breaking the law over there. So if they get caught, they broke the law. So they end up getting, they end up getting arrested or going through the court system over there. And maybe we'll try to bring them back or not, but you're a spy with the understanding that you're breaking the law. But that doesn't just happen in international affairs. That happens in business. There are business spies, basically. And not only that, but they're out there watching. They're watching channel. They're watching YouTube. They're watching what's happening with all these businesses and what's going on. So, if, let's say, Kevin were to have has an interview with an eBay executive, and he doesn't sign an NDA, no sign, and which basically means it's just a free for all, and what all the information that Kevin is getting, he can just tell the world. Now, the reason why there's an NDA is because cover your butt. We're all humans, and during the course of a little interview, a discussion, things may be said that shouldn't be said. Discussions about sensitive information on where eBay is going. Information on their tech or anything. It could just come out accidentally because we're humans. What's the one thing we do as humans? We make mistakes all the time, and then we learn from that. So I mean, we we all make mistakes, and in somebody at a high level at eBay, if they're talking with somebody, there is the potential where they may accidentally reveal something that should not have been revealed. If it's illegal activity, it's illegal. No NDA is going to save you for illegal activity. But companies need to protect their intellectual property. And sometimes speaking about it can have negative effects on that company. Look at Elon Musk. Every time, not 2-3 years ago or so, every tweet he would send out would either send Tesla stock up, Tesla stock down, and he had that effect on other industries as well too. But you're talking about people that have money invested in it, not just any everyday people or day traders or hedge funds. We're talking about people with retirement funds, and the retirement funds could be like up and down, up and down, up and down. We're like, you can't do that. You can't, release information where it'll sway. Okay, run really quickly. A lot of people have a big hang up about money, and they, get all, my money, don't misspend my money. I don't have that same hang up. I really don't. If I'm, if I have money, lose money, whatever. I mean, I don't place that much value. The value I place are on, people, basically. Every soul, that's where I see value at. So money to me, and I think I've discussed this in a video before, is just a tool in my tool belt, and I have it there, and if I need it, I pull it out. If I don't need it, it stays right there. So that's my thought process on it. But when people are relying on, their retirement fund or something like this, you can't have these, sways in, the stock market, because their retirement fund might be invested in that. And, some words that senior executives say, statements they make, could sway a stock price. It could also, they could release information on their future path or a tech that may be coming out that they are not supposed to be talking about just yet. But they could be excited about it and they want to bring it out to you really quick. Let's see the way I sped up there. It's what I feel like I'm doing. Because I try to get all the information out. But it's so they're like, okay, to hopefully prevent this information from getting out in the event that this senior executive ends up saying anything that we don't want out, can you please sign a non-disclosure agreement? And it'll be full of lawyers. We'll have those all ready to go and everything. So, and that's just so that way the person that is either, the media or whoever, YouTuber or whatever. So that way, they're like, okay, I better be cautious. I have this legal document that they can, they can take me to court over. You don't want to go through that. So I better be careful, and I got all the information from my interviewee, and let me just review it, proofread it, make sure there's nothing in there that violates this, this agreement I have with them. And it's to protect the intellectual property of the company. That's pretty much it. Now I know there is a bad rap that it has. But that's essentially what an NDA is there for. Cover my butt in case I make a mistake. So I don't think that there should be a big deal around it. I know. But a lot of people like to, and on YouTube, we're all guilty of that. I would like to get, a nice clickbaity title, and that's what I want to talk. That's what this conversation is going towards is, clickbaity, getting somebody to click on your title, getting somebody to click on your story. You want something to grab somebody. And to me, I think it's a little bit. I think the article was a little bit kind of preying upon those people that will see one article and that's it. That's the truth. I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it. That's it. I'm not going to look at any other opinions, because you really got to see everybody's opinion on it. I mean, they didn't say exactly who they were talking about in there, but it's kind of assumed if you're involved in the community, you kind of already know who the two people are. So, you really got to get, first of all, those two people's opinions. You see what they're saying about the subject. Then go into the story. Maybe go into the past that the e-commerce bites had with eBay. You'll review that, and that is a horrible story, and I wish that upon nobody. But you have to look at that, and then all right, so they have this bad history with eBay. They have a really bad history with eBay. I don't want to sugarcoat. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like or reduce it down to what it is. I mean, this is like it was pretty extreme. But go look at it. Go read into their history. I'll link the original article, the article I'm talking about in the down below, so you can kind of understand the language they're using, their attitude towards eBay, which in my opinion, it's justified. But as someone from the outside looking in, yes, look at their opinion. Yes, eBay did something. Well, not eBay, I should say. They're individuals, because eBay is a large company. There were certain individuals that did some bads that needed to be arrested and needed to be held accountable. And that kind of affects their point of view now, from forever probably. So you have to look at their opinion. You have to look at the other parties that are involved. You have to look at their side. You have to look at look at other YouTubers' opinions on the subject, on the matter. Me personally, I try to remain neutral on every topic. I try to look at everybody's opinion, and then I formulate my own opinion on it. And hopefully everybody's looking at the facts as well too. Hopefully all these people that are either writing articles or releasing videos regarding the subject are all basing everything on facts, because that's what I follow. I mean, that's all I have are the facts. Because I mean, coming from I don't work in a workplace anymore. It's been a while since pandemic, and even before that, I worked in a office for quite some time. And let me tell you what, the facts are boring. I prefer the rumors. I prefer the what do you call it? The crazy story. Okay, battery died. Did you guys get the part where it said that we enjoy those crazy stories? Because that's the best. That's the best part are the crazy rumors and stories, and I think I already said that. But then when you get to the truth, it's like, oh, that's kind of that's boring. I don't want to hear that part. I'd rather hear what you made up. And that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to capture, especially on YouTube. I mean, I'll probably have a little clickbait title in this one too, because we're trying to capture those eyes, trying to capture those views. And what do the views translate to? Hopefully, some advertisement money. And that's what we're all, yes, I'm here to help provide people with information on reselling. I'm out there sourcing stuff. I'm out there running my reselling business here, and I figured, why not just, I see everybody put a camera on, and and they're on YouTube, and you earn money on YouTube, by sharing what you do, by inviting people into your life. And hopefully people find this interesting. Hopefully I can get to that point where I will earn a little bit of money from this. It'll take a while. It's not overnight. Everything takes work. But what do we want? We want views. So we're going to put those catchy titles. We're going to try to catch people. Same thing with, when you put some on a website, on a news article, you still want to get eyes on there. What do you see when you get to that article? Advertisements. And they're making money because those advertisements are there. So everybody's trying to catch everybody to get a little piece of the pie. That's ultimately what we're all doing around here, trying to get some views. And same thing with the website, with e-commerce. They're trying to get views too, They're obviously trying to provide information to people. Is it 100% true? Is it 100% opinion? A lot of it's opinion. In my opinion, a lot of it's opinion. But I'm just going to make sure I hit all the bad talking point. I mean, all the talking points. Yeah, I think I touched on everything I wanted to discuss. Okay, so last couple of things really quick is, first, NDAs should not be used as a scare tactic either. They have a use and they should not be used to silence anybody for, obviously if you're trying to keep trade secrets, intellectual property, things that you're going to be releasing in the future that you don't necessarily want to bring out to the public just yet, because that can have an adverse effect either on the stock price, or competitors may want to jump in and steal your ideas. But as far as just silencing criticism, no, there's no place for that. And then, because I already forgot, is bad press. Nobody wants bad press. No companies want bad press, and it doesn't even have to be like a large company like eBay. Just local businesses. How many people go on Yelp and look at reviews before you go somewhere to eat, before you visit a gym, before when you're going out of town, you're like, oh, let me see what's on Yelp, and you tend to look for all those ones with best reviews, a lot of reviews, and then you're like, all right, we're gonna go over there, and the people with mediocre reviews or lower reviews, they tend to get pushed down. So nobody wants bad press anywhere. And in this day and age, we have things like Yelp. We have reviews. Nobody wants it. Even on eBay as a reseller, I don't want negative feedback. I don't even want neutral feedback. I want all positive feedback. So when someone goes to buy something from me, they see 100%, 100% green, 100% positive. I don't want any problems, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen just based on the scale that I'm running at. There's gonna be some people that are just unhappy. I got a neutral review the other day for a product I sent out. It just said it's okay, and that's it, and it was neutral. I mean, does it bother me? Doesn't bother me anymore. But I saw it and I'm like a neutral for it's okay, that's it. I'm like, at least give me some more, why is it not a positive? So nobody wants bad press. As a reseller, I don't want bad press. I don't want eBay. I think Kevin's video that came out this morning, said he wants to see eBay succeed, because eBay's success means our success as reselling. We're on the platform, we're selling, we're helping them, we're helping eBay's bottom line. And so if they're successful, we are successful as well too. Yes. Either way, that's enough talking, because I talked a lot in this video. And I know I admit that, but I don't know if you guys, if everybody that watches my channel, watches my videos, is into this kind of stuff, but I just kind of want to talk about it a little bit. So my videos, they have a little bit of going out. We're out there sourcing, which I shouldn't be sourcing really, because I still have a lot of stuff to list, and I was just out this morning. We have a little bit of sourcing. We have a little bit of just going over the products, and then talking on a couple of reseller business topics. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys are interested in shipping, how I ship. Because I know shipping is also a big issue in reselling. A lot of people are, it's a confusing, in my opinion, it's one of the most confusing and difficult things about reselling, is making sure you get your items out to your customers safely. You have appropriate boxes, you have shipping material and all that. So I just don't think that aspect of reselling is represented well on YouTube. And maybe it's popular, maybe it's not. I'm going to keep putting it out there for you guys to see. And if you guys like it, I would appreciate some views, thumbs up, comments, whatever. Just let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video.